What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Seeker gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about the Virtual Horizons Rogue changes. So let's head over and let's check it out. So we did get an announcement that the Virtual Horizons PTS will be open this past weekend, and with that we also got some balancing changes, and the first thing that we're going to hit on here is the rogue changes. So as you can see here, Glitch is receiving the salvo back as opposed to the executioner. Saint is receiving the warrant as opposed to the executioner, and also Runway is having her Semtex replaced with smoke grenades. So it makes sense why they are spreading out some of the love for some of the pistols, because currently the only person that has access to the salvo, from what I understand, is Scorch. So it's nice to have another character running the salvo. You know, pistol mastery does exist, so this really doesn't matter unless you're a brand new player just coming into the game. But it is nice that they are spreading some of this love out. As far as Saint is concerned with the warrant, I believe that no characters, if I remember correctly, have access to the warrant that are free-to-play characters. And with that, giving it to Saint, it makes sense. You know, Saint is can be played very, very passively or very, very aggressively. So either way, you're going to win with him if you are playing him correctly, getting people down and using all of the things at his disposal to be proficient on the battlefield. So I think that this isn't a bad change. I think that it makes sense why they are spreading some of these pistols out to some of these other rogues, specifically for the newer players. Like I said, weapon mastery does exist, so that doesn't even really matter anymore. Like, to be completely honest, the pistols and the way that weapons are dispersed to the rogues are kind of like null and void for the mass majority of the community, but it is nice that newer players have access to some of these weapons and ways to master them other than only one rogue or having to purchase rogues that actually have access to these specific pistols. As far as Runway is concerned, they said here that dialing back the lethality of the character that has it all by swapping out one of her lethals for a utility. She is a support after all. So they gave her smoke grenades as opposed to Semtex grenades. And to me, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, to me, the Semtex were fine. It's the trip mines in Rogue Company that I would much rather see kind of go the way of the dodo as opposed to the Semtex grenades. Now, I know that trip mines need to exist. I know that trip mines are like a core staple in most shooter games. I get that. You know, having a claymore or a trip mine that you can plant down to try to stop flanks and things like that, it makes sense. I completely understand it. But at the same time, like, you are replacing, like, her better, in my opinion, what I would consider her better lethal gadget with something that does not benefit her kit whatsoever. And the reason that I'm saying that is you have Fixer that has his cluster smoke that he gains benefits from because of his goggles. You have Phantom with her TV static ability grenade that can reveal people that's inside it, and it's like a hard counter for Fixer, things like that. So it's kind of a multi-layered thing. It's an ability, it should be, right? And then you're going to give it to Runway, and Runway really doesn't benefit from it at all. And I mean, she's a support, right? Okay, so you throw the smoke grenades down, and what? You're blocking line of sight, but I mean, there's a lot of rogues that reveal. There's a lot of rogues that have tracker rounds. There's a lot of rogues that have a way of like pinpointing where people are, like sticky sensors and things like that. So like, smoke in Rogue Company is almost null and void to an extent. Like, and I say that with a huge asterisk because it is viable. It is a, you know, it's still something that can be used, especially if you place the smoke right and you are like actively making some crazy play. Like if you're on favelas, you're pushing the top, you throw the smoke grenade where the snipers usually stand, and then you all drop off and rotate to the other bomb site and plant the bomb. Like, those situations, it makes sense. It's good, this, that, and the other. But I would say 9 times out of 10, like, the smokes are kind of less useful than I think that a lot of people actually think that they are. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that, like, with everything that you have access to, once you start realizing that you're running against a smoke heavy team, then there's so many ways to to go against that. Like you have abilities, tracker rounds, sticky sensors, you have demon blast, you have all this kind of stuff that you can use to combat smoke grenades. So why give runway smoke grenades out of everything? Why? I would have much preferred her have access to the healing station. This is something that I've been saying ever since the healing station was introduced into the game, and it's a hill that I plan on dying on pretty regularly. She is a support. She currently does no function that provides support to the team other than allowing one other person or potentially two other people to have unlimited ammo, which in a single life game mode doesn't matter, or gain a piece of utility back, or their utilities refreshed or whatever, which doesn't really, I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like, there's certain criteria that need to be met in order to be able to gain the benefits from that. You have to expend all your utility use before you hit the box, or you don't gain the utility. So effectively, they took her support role and kind of like got rid of the support role with nerfing the briefcase and nerfing the way that utilities stack and the way that gadget cooldown works. So she's not really a support anymore. She's more or less like someone that can run a sniper and that can run a assault rifle, and she has a briefcase that can give you unlimited ammo if you're playing like Strikeout or TDM or something like that. And also, like, it can refresh your gadgets if you need them, if the criteria is met for that to happen. Like, it doesn't make sense. To me, it would make more sense that she can throw a healing station down, throw the briefcase down, grab it and get another healing station and move up and try to keep people alive in that way. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you happy that the pistols are getting swapped around on a couple of the rogues? And what are your thoughts on this runway change? Like, to me, I'm kind of indifferent. It sucks that they're replacing the Semtex with the smoke grenades as opposed to the trip mines, but I don't really see any benefit that she gets out of having the smoke grenades. And also, why is it just smoke grenades? Why have we not got rid of the smoke grenades and just gave everybody pop smokes? The world may never know, but be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you are interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys. Christ.
Gotcha. Lethal out.
All enemies have
Oh yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
I was reading that like he doesn't want to do like a every year type of bullshit, but he did say that he wants to start trying to work on Evil Dead projects more frequent than how it used to be. He's like because he was like maybe every 2 or 3 years maybe we can have something fresh, like if the ideas are there, of course, but like try to do something to where it doesn't take 10 years for another installment to come out.
Scorch, plant the bomb.
you all made that one.
Never mind, I'll kill the bitch that's about to kill you. Garbo. How the fuck did we win that? Garbo.
It was a lot of you.
No, dude. We fucking made it work.
I mean, we made it work, but it was. You had 3k damage, dog. I don't even know how much I had. I saw how much you had. I had 14. I mean, that little bit I did get 400 damage.